Tara na kabayan sa bagong daan, work and wonder about ng isipan. Pinoy Work and Wander, tagumpay sa bagong panahon.
Good day mga kababayan, you're turned into Pinoy Work and Wander opportunities in the new economy. I'm your host, Mr. Nover. Today, we'll talk about one of the fastest growing careers sa ating mga Pinoy. Ano yan? Pagiging virtual assistants or VA. Bakit nga ba? Why are so many Filipinos taking this career path? What are the perks, challenges, and of course, opportunities? Let's find out with our guest today, Ms. Hope Villagracia, a virtual assistant who is now an operations head of a US-based company. Welcome to the program, Ms. Hope.
Hi, Mr. Nover, and thank you for having me. I'm excited to share my experience.
Hello, Ms. Hope. Glad to have you here as well. So let's start from the beginning now, and I'm sure excited yung ating mga audience to hear from you about kung ano ba talaga yung pagiging VA. And this started around the pandemic period, right? So we've seen a boom in this industry during the pandemic period. And maybe you can tell us briefly, how did you get into this career? Paano ka nakapasok sa pagiging VA?
So first, I had a friend na may mga properties in Davao. Gusto niya i-put up on Airbnb pero wala siyang experience. So I did my own research, as you should. Pag VA ka, dapat magaling ka mag-research. So I put up his account or her account on Airbnb, managed to create all the listings on my own. And then, nung nakagawa na ako ng several listings, I was confident enough to share sa online jobs ko and my LinkedIn profile, all the skills I had developed through that. And then somehow may nag-reach out and offered me. Hindi ako nag-apply ha, I did not actively apply. So ang ginawa ko lang is I just updated all my online bio and nag-upskill ako, nilagay ko ng mga skills na natutunan ko through creating the listings. And then somehow may a Canadian na nag-reach out sa akin, who offered me work to manage his properties naman in Pittsburgh. So that's how I started.
Okay, thank you for sharing with us yung ganyang pagpasok na experience mo, Miss Hope. So you mentioned about these platforms, no? These online jobs, LinkedIn. So can you tell us briefly kung paano madali lang ba gawin yon? Kasi maybe yung mga audience natin, especially yung mga fresh grads na wala pang masyadong alam tungkol dyan. Ano, kailangan ba talaga yon? And you mentioned about may prior experience ka sa friend mo. So do you really need that prior experience para makapag-start sa pagiging VA?
Okay, let's start with your first question. For paano gumawa ng LinkedIn or yung mga ganong platform? First off, I suggest you make your LinkedIn kasi parang yun na yung biodata mo. All of your job na ginawa mo, project-based man yan or contractual, yung mga for long terms or dun mo i-update. Kasi parang mo na din siya, parang identification, proof of identification mo din siya. So you can connect with your employers there and proof na nag-work ka doon for how long, ganyan. So profile mo na siya. So it's one way of, kasi kailangan mo mag-upload ng ID doon. It's one way of showing foreign employers that you're verified na through your IDs on tawag dito, sa LinkedIn. And then, ginawa ko din yung online jobs kasi most of the employers, mga small-time business owners sa US, they look for employees in online jobs kasi yung rates doon medyo mababa. Pero to be honest, if you're new, kailangan mo talagang ayusin yung LinkedIn mo and online jobs kasi those are free stuff to log in, sign up. Upwork kasi magsa-sign up ka, but for you to be able to connect to other employers, kailangan mo bumili ng connection points, which is expensive to be honest. So so kung wala kang budget for that, make sure you update your LinkedIn and your online jobs kasi, and you apply din kasi LinkedIn and online jobs has like mga job boards dyan where you can apply for free, which you don't have to buy for mga connections. Tapos for second, my friend akong nag-offer. No, you don't need prior experience, honestly. You just show up. Right now, since operations head ako, I interview applicants. And so far, nakikita ko yung mga walang experience. They're the ones who's easily trained and open. Kasi yung may mga experience na medyo, they don't show up on time for interviews, and big no yan sa mga US companies kasi hindi naman sila Filipino time, and it shows your integrity mo and your character in person. So, ayun.
Ayun, thank you so much, Miss Hope. So, recap lang natin saglit, no? So, Online Jobs PH, tama po ba? Online Jobs
Yeah, that's
PH
right.
and LinkedIn, yun yung mga kailangan i-update or kailangan marunong kang gumawa ng profile doon, and so that
Yeah.
the US-based or clients can reach out to you. So, and other that, hindi kailangan ng prior experience. Malinaw tayo doon, no? Hindi kailangan ng prior experience, so it's not a barrier for fresh graduates na gustong sumubok ng pagiging virtual assistants. Tama po ba, Miss Hope?
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much. So, ganun din, we want to talk about yung salary range kasi when you apply or when you go into a corporate setup, starting from fresh grad or example, yung mga fresh na board passers, may mga basic salaries or mga entry level sila, and mga survey siguro it could be on the range of around 20 to 25,000. Mataas niya sa entry level eh. Pagdating naman sa pagiging virtual assistant, can you share to us siguro kahit range lang din ng mga entry levels that you offer, or if not, base your own in your own personal experience, kung mas mataas ba yung mga ino-offer ng mga US clients natin sa ating mga VA? Kasi VAs are actually freelance agents, tama ba, Miss Hope?
That's right.
Okay, so can you share with us yung experience mo about sa mga entry-level na salaries, and how can you upskill yourself pagdating sa kanyang business or industry?
Yeah, so for fresh grads or yung mga walang experience, the goal is to apply for jobs na entry-level friendly, like wala ka pang experience. Most of the, like, sa mga entry-level, ang ino-offer na rate is $3 to $4 an hour. It's per hour. It depends on how many hours you work. So, range yan is if you work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, papatok ka talaga ng 30 to 40 plus.
30 to
Entry-level
40,000 pesos.
Yeah, for entry levels.
Entry level. That's
So-
$3 to $4 per hour.
Per hour. Yeah, it
Okay.
depends on the company though. May iba na nagbibigay ng higher. Siyempre, it's a very competitive kung ganun nakataas. But really, you just have to be very religious sa pag-a-apply mo sa mga ganyan, lalo na entry level kasi marami din ang Filipinos looking for VA jobs. And now for upskilling, so for example, hired ka na, and there are different tasks that you're given. Each time you do something new, you make sure to update your LinkedIn and your online jobs. Like for example, ngayon nag-work ka na ng 2 to 3 months sa company nyo, binigyan ka na ng access sa monday.com. It's a CRM app. Ginagamit nila yan for updates or mga tasks, ganyan. So nakagamit ka na ng Monday Dev. You go to your LinkedIn and your online jobs that you now have experience using Monday Dev. So these are the tools you've used under this new company. So upskilling yan, that's showing that you've upskilled. You gain another tool na you know now how to use. So there are different types of tools per niche or per work na pinasukan mo. So each time you do something new, you make sure you add it on your LinkedIn kasi it makes you better equipped para sa ibang mga employers na tumitingin ng mga tools na ginagamit nyo.
Okay. So, medyo lilinawin lang natin for our audience. So, when you get your job and nakapasok ka na and you start working, they will teach you these yung mga tools like monday.com or whatever na mga softwares or online softwares na binibigay na sa'yo, and you learn that yourself. Then after gaining experience, let's say around yung sabi nyo po is 2 to 3 months, and you can already update your online jobs and LinkedIn profile because you already learned, 'di ba, yung mga ganyang mga online platforms, and that's the parang path to upscaling. So ganun
Mhm.
kabilis, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And you can learn them yourself also, 'di ba? May mga other skills you can gain, like informal education sa mga YouTube na mga videos or courses online that they offer for free. So it's very very kumbaga pa, yung learning is very very hindi ganun ka limited. It's actually napaka-vast ng learning opportunities and learning upscaling opportunities as well. Tama po ba?
That's right. Actually, you don't really hindi nakasalalay sa employer nyo yung pag-upskill nyo. It's kailangan mo self-effort 'yan kasi if you don't, wala eh. Kung sa employer ka lang magano, they're busy. That's why they hired you kasi they're busy. You have to help them. Hindi ka pwede na wala kang initiative. You have to look for ways to make their life much easier. That's why they hired you. If nagre-request ka pa na i-train ka nila for each of the tools they're using, and then hindi ka na, you're making life difficult for them. So, kaya ang mga VAs, you have to be good when it comes to researching, be good at studying, kasi you have to learn all these tools most of the time yourself.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Hope. So you mentioned about good in researching, good in studying. Those are skills necessary for becoming a good virtual assistant or VA. So
Yeah.
let's talk about skills, no? And siguro resources. Ano ba yung mga kailangan pa? Like time management skills, can you please elaborate, no? Give us examples kung paano ba natin ma-manage or what are the skills na kailangan natin so that we can prepare ourselves if we want to go into this freelancing or virtual assistant na career.
First, I guess, you should be willing to learn.
Mhm.
I know, parang hindi naman siya na skill, pero honestly, you should be willing to learn, willing to listen. Pangalawa, comprehension. Dapat,
Mhm.
you know how to understand before you speak, before you do anything, fully comprehend ano yung task, ano yung next effort for this task, anong susunod sa task na yon. You have to look forward in the future. Kasi if you just do it one time, hindi mo tinitingnan anong connection ng job na yun in the future or relation yan sa ibang workload mo, doble-doble yung trabaho mo eh. So, of course, aside from yung comprehension magaling or maganda, you should have basic computer literacy. Kasi there are different tools that you have to use. Of course, since kung entry level ka, it's understandable you'd have no knowledge of all the tools na ginagamit ng US or Australian or Europe na mga employers. That's why you have to have a basic kasi you have to learn most of this yourself.
Okay.
So not really na an expert ka, basic lang, basta you're eager to learn and willing to learn and understand. Na you're not asking for your employer to teach you. And aside from that, I guess I guess time management kasi madami yan silang tasks. They won't give it to you like 8:30 to 9, ganyan, 10 to ganyan. No, you have to manage your time by yourself. You should know what stuff to prioritize. So that's basic for all the VAs. Alamin mo kung anong priority, ano yung dapat mo unahin, at kailangan mong gawin. Anong kailangan ng boss mo.
Okay,
Ayun
thank
lang.
you. Thank you so much, Mr. Hope. And then yung follow-up question natin dyan is, you mentioned during sa introduction natin kanina is doon ka sa mga short listings. So, yung pagiging VA, virtual assistant mo is related somehow sa mga short-term rentals. Tama ba? Tama po ba?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, yung mga short-term rental businesses, no? And mostly it's a client or Australian-based yung mga companies. Are those yung mga trendy ngayon for us Pinoys, kasi we're talking about opportunities for Pinoys, for Filipino workers, no, from fresh grads to people or employees na planning to shift their careers sa pagiging virtual assistant. So some of them may be nasa corporate, some of them may be mga BPO call center agents. And they want to know if ito ba yung mga trending ngayon, ito ba yung mga madadali yung easy barrier of entry pagdating sa career sa VA. Tama po ba? Or what do you think, Miss Hope?
Honestly, medyo confusing kasi pag sinabi mong VA kasi there are different types of niche, 'di ba? So yung mga pinapasok nila, VA sa bookkeeping, VA for accounting, VA for tawag dito for calendars, manage ka ng mga bosses mo, mga email management, marketing, and yung pinakakilala ngayon is executive assistant. So, uutusan ka ng boss mo, you help manage their calendars, meetings, and stuff like that. Yung akin naman is short-term rentals. Yun naman yung mga Airbnbs, mga properties na nilist nila on mga different platforms like Booking.com, Airbnb, VRBO. Ito yung mga properties na you can manage online. So, kaya sila nag-hire ng mga Filipinos kasi we're good at English and kaya naman natin mag-work during the night. So, kasi most of my clients are in the US. So, nighttime EST siya. So, I can say, never silang nawawalan. Never sila nag-stop ng hiring. Kasi, it's a booming industry. And most Americans are into gantong business. And so far, each time I go online to online jobs, LinkedIn, Indeed, hindi talaga sila nawawala ng job post. And parang nagre-repair sila, nag-hire sila every 2 months kasi they're acquiring more property, so they need more support. So yeah, I don't think it's a like never. I think always sila
specific.
mag-hire.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah,
So,
but of course, then again, you have to manage all this guest com. So you should be fully yung mga comprehension mo, English mo, okay naman dapat.
alright. So, as you mentioned, it's a booming industry and almost no barrier, especially sa mga fresh grads. If you want or if they want to change careers din sa mga existing corporate employees or mga call center agents. And as long as they have these skills, no, and resources to start as a virtual assistant, they can already dive into this career now, almost no barrier, and it's just up to them kung how they market themselves, how they put their or present their online jobs profile and LinkedIn profile so that yung mga clients nila can reach out to them, and basically how they market themselves online with the online clients, no? Tama po ba, Miss Hope?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you so much. So, you mentioned yung client mo is US-based and nasa night shift ka. So, is it a flexible work scenario pagdating sa pagiging VA? Like, do you have more freedom to do the things? Kasi work from home yung setup na yan, di ba? Kasi online lang naman. And yung mga tanong, siguro maybe some of our audience can ask, kasi online lang naman siya and work from home, can we just use our cellphone? Kailangan ba talaga may laptop ko o may personal computer? Is smartphone, kasi malakas naman yung smartphone ko, may wifi naman ako. Or data lang ba kailangan, or do you need yung talagang prepaid or postpaid na wifi, internet connection? Can you tell us more about that stuff? Kasi so that we can prepare yung audience natin, kailangan ko palang mag-subscribe sa PLDT, sa Converge, sa Globe. Ganon. Yun.
Okay, that's a good question. Some employers would require you to have like a power supply, extra power supply just in case mag-blackout. Internet connection, i-check nila yan, magpapa-speed test sila sa'yo. And then, of course, you need to have your own laptop. To be honest, guys, phone, there's stuff you can do on the phone, but you can't, not all. Kasi yung mga apps, may mga mobile devices sila na limited yung tools na ma-access mo kung phone ang gagamitin mo. So you really need your laptop. Isa pa, for meetings and stuff, it's difficult kung sa phone ka lang kasi yung mga notes mo and it's very, very unprofessional if you just use your phones for meetings kasi they're all requested. Sometimes I saw a few job listing that shows like kailangan mo take a photo of your work office. So kami
Mhm.
naman, we don't require that. We just need you to you send a photo of the specs ng laptop mo, and then a speed test. Yun lang yung sa amin.
Mhm.
Pero a few would require you to send your work office setup. Tas naman for what was that the first one?
Time management. Ay, sorry. The shifting kasi night shift.
Shift, the
More
hours,
freedom ba
yeah.
yan? More freedom ba yan? Like,
Okay,
wala bang
for
eksakto... Sorry.
no,
Wala bang
honestly,
eksaktong time in, time out, or are they strict like that? Gusto din malaman ng audience. Kasi corporate setup is strictly 8-9 hours eh, 'di ba? Na office time. So pagdating as
yeah,
VA
I
kasi nasa
understand.
work from home ka naman.
A few jobs, yeah,
Go
a few
on, Miss Hope.
jobs like yung SMM, yung social media management. You can do kasi project based yun. You can do it at your hours unless na may meeting yung client mo during the night time kung PH time. That you can do the time during Philippine time ganon. Pero ako kasi I do operations. So kung operations ka, you have to work the time ng US. So ang job ko is 9 a.m. EST to 5. So kailangan kong maging awake that whole time kasi in case may mga issues, I have to resolve it. So for mga VAs naman namin, they really have to work the EST shift kasi again, they do guest comms. So if kung PH time yun, wala, tulog na yung mga guest. So you have to work the EST shift. But you can balance it out. If you know, kung kaya mo naman matulog ka na lang talaga during the day, Philippine day ha.
Alright. So, siguro last question natin. Medyo confidential but you can choose to share with us now. Kasi just to have a realistic visual siguro scenario para mag-visualize ng ating mga audience, paano yung naging career path ng katulad ng isang Miss Hope, no? Kasi how long ang mo ba sa niyo po ba sa pagiging VA? How long na po ba kayo naging VA, Miss Hope?
I actually started last July lang.
July last year, July
Last year.
2024. And today
20.
is November 3, 2025. So July 2024 to November 2025, just around more than 1 year. Siguro 1 year and 6 months. Let's just say 1 year and 6 months is from virtual assistant na sa entry level to a manager. So paano yung naging career yung naging upscaling natin from siguro every 3 months po ba yon? Kasi ganun ka-aggressive yung naging ganun ka-aggressive yung opportunity sa pagiging VA, like you mentioned a while ago, upscaling in every 2 to 3 months, then may mga bagong clients na gustong mag-recruit or mag-hire sa'yo. So in a span of 1 year and 6 months, can you give us a range sa entry level natin until yung range na meron ngayon, si Miss Hope?
You mean by pay?
Yeah, by pay.
Okay. I started at $4, and then
The same
since
yung
I was
yun yung usual $3 to $4, di ba?
yeah, 3 to 4, yeah.
Okay.
Kasi guest comms lang yun. I just do a shift, AM shift or PM shift, it depends. So I started at 4, and by the grace of God, pinremote naman ako to manage my own team. So from that, ang salary ko monthly sa isang client ko is 800 per month USD. And since I have another client which I do operations then, so I'm still the head of operations. Sa Chicago naman, that's 1-1, so nasa 1-9 na ako
USD every month, na ang laki
Every
naman ng
month.
sahod, no? So ganun yung range ng that's how the audience should expect if you continue to upscale continuously, no, for every 2 to 3 months. And talagang ganun ka ganda ng mga opportunities that yung itong career ng VA can present to us, no? So
Actually, that's just 2. If you add another client,
so yun
you can add more. It depends on your time management.
That's just 2 clients, and depende sa niche or depende sa you can have multiple clients, no?
Exactly.
Tama. So and as you go on, pag talagang nagamay mo na yung yung niche na yan and you know how to be a good VA pagdating sa ganyang industry like short-term rentals
Mhm.
business in your case, you can manage much more than 2 clients and that could increase your monthly rate. Tama po ba?
Actually, I just wanna say then na right now I can add more, but I
Mhm.
don't want to be greedy because honestly, as the head of operations, I do interviews. I interview applicants, VA applicants for both companies, the one in Pittsburgh and in Chicago. And I must say, Filipinos that get greedy na mag-add ng clients
Mhm.
without them even managing their own time, it shows.
Mhm.
Hindi, I
So
don't
may
think they
impact
know, but
talaga.
yeah, I don't think they know, but employers actually rate you on your online jobs profile. And I saw a few Filipinos who have more than 2 bad reviews saying that they don't do time management, nanggagaslight, and stuff like that. It's so sad
Mhm.
because it's bringing down the morale of other Filipino VAs. And
Mhm.
isa pa, it shows the employers na, okay, there are Filipinos na, hindi lahat ng Filipinos magagaling. Dinadown nila yung um, I guess yung ano ng Filipino. Ang pangit.
Yung
Ang pangit ng
image,
review ng
okay.
Filipino. Yeah.
Okay. So, just saying na just handle what you can, no? Kasi ganun lang naman talaga. You
Okay.
have to make sure na yung quality na dinideliver mo sa iyong trabaho as a VA is talagang pasok sa standard ng iyong mga clients and maybe more than what they can expect so that they can give you a good or the best review that you can have so that you can kasi itong reviews na to, I'm sure it has a direct impact din sa upscaling mo as a virtual assistant no kasi
Not
freelancing
really.
naman yan.
Not just that. When I see
Mhm.
bad reviews, I don't consider them. I remove them from the list of applicants that
Mhm.
I'd have an initial interview meeting for.
Kasi red
So
flag na
yeah,
yan.
red flag na siya,
Oo.
honestly.
Sige. So, yun, I think that's all, Miss Hope, no? And thank you so much. Marami kaming natutunan sa'yo today, especially sa mga those na pagod na sa kanilang mga trabaho and maybe they want to have this new career path as a VA and maybe they have, ma-imagine nila na they can, ganun pala kadali, 2 to 3 months, we can upscale, and yung range ng pay, enter level for fresh grads, mataas na and in just more than 1 year or less than 2 years, no, they can already have this one standing na meron ka ngayon. And I think that's all, Miss Hope. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
And to our listeners, whether you're planning to shift careers or just exploring new opportunities, remember the new economy is all about flexibility, digital skills, and global connection. Now, just like yung sinabi ni Miss Hope. So this is again your host, Mr. Nover, and you've been listening to Pinoy Work and Wander Opportunities in the New Economy.